Oxygen making mincemeat of this TSM take.
Massive shot from Nurs, more so in the fact that it saves a piece of utility for Oxygen. They're able to keep that Nitro in pocket, and you see the effectiveness it has now, shutting down potentially two different players there as one goes into a down state, the other one taking a hefty amount of damage from it. Achieved, in fact, still on the ground now. Geo is going to try to hop drop in, but it'll be read like a book. But Geo's still going to be able to grab Foxay just over by the janitor position, and Shala with one more as well to catch out Vertical, trying to move.
Vision of the offense, and you can burn up some more utility, whereas you didn't really think you could before. Ill-advised swing from Nurs to still get taken down, and so will Dream.
And clearing this out and opening up these bottom to top angles. I think they're really going to be able to open up any. Ooh, maybe. Hold on. Hold my words for a moment here as Vertical waltzes right up. Catches an over-eager Merc trying to line up a frag grenade. Now
you're kind of just asking for somebody to step up to the hole and shoot you in the face, but it is what it is. They're still able to work it out at the end of the day, and Bolo most definitely, as he has came back with a vengeance this stage. Last stage not performing too well, but this stage especially lights out when it comes to these gunfights, and yet again, slowly creeping up. Nurs especially.
Oh, no way.
Been talking so much about how he was the new Bolo. Goes from TSM, but nothing really giving at the current moment. Everyone else locked into battle, and Dream now down. Foxay trying to work his way towards square, but that's ill-advised. Any of them on the checkers player. Chala's worked his way over towards the center desk and will begin the plant. Nitro sell out, and that'll be a kill for Laxing from underneath. No one preventing that. Now Achieved must hop too. The cross will be watched, and he's sprinting through the breach. Not something that you towards a singular part of the site. As of right now, this is looking like a drop towards the back. Merc's gonna be able to take down Nurs because his feet block a lot of those bullets for his actual noggin, and now Foxay's gonna actually trade things out here. So working out pretty well for them at the end of the day. Achieved with a very nice angle, but Chala's gonna be able to take down Vertical in the site that could have shut down Achieved in this situation. Candela in, he's gonna try and pre-fire this, but Geo's taking him out as well. TSM, but obviously, TSM are ready for this, and they're actually going to swing into it, but no, Achieved! He loses out! Vertical's taking him down!
Claimed here. Once again, Vertical, though, going to be able to strike true for himself, but again, another member of TSM trades it right back. Geo keeping himself alive, or Merc rather, to be able to at least use the Finka charge for a moment, but hasn't bought enough time for Geo to make the play inside of this 1v2. Not looking like it, as Nurs is able to get himself out into the open before they can even get within range of the execute. Speaking of which, Nurs with the chance to shut out Shala, but Shala
to leak bodies, and they've already gotten so much done. That pick on Nurs is dastardly, especially with the fact that he is Finka. Also Achieved. Oh my god, no.
Goodness.
Laxing just killed Vertical outside. Oh my god.
It's not going to reveal any information as far as what the setup looks like for TSM. Speaking of which,
zero room for error, zero room to breathe, and a Foxay ready for the Nitro cell. He's getting tagged up though. He'll get swung from Bolo. Nitro cell out, will claim Dream, but no, it actually won't. He has to double back, and they're going to be able to pick it up anyway. Laxing will attempt to dance with death, actually. Some shots come in towards him very crucially. Nurs is actually in sight. So is Vertical, and so is Foxay, so is the rest of Oxygen. There's a plant going down with Dream on the far side of Archive. Achieve will be able to get a kill. Don't think TSM are going to be able to battle back from this, but as soon as I say that, I may be sorely mistaken. There is an Achieved, or rather an Oxygen player deep off of Achieved's right. It could potentially get that kill, but it's going to be on the Bolo instead, as he's equalized here with these last 30 seconds. Vertical will be able to continually hold on to this. Merc working his way in from the office will take down Vertical. Foxay has to try and shift now and play plant prevent here. Able to take down at least Achieve, but has one more to deal with inside of the office. Some shots back and forth, not able to land them, and it's going to be the secondary pistol to take him down. It's actually the bailiff of Merc. A quick bag and a quick
self. Those players at top stairs appear to be his primary target, and they have no ideas here. Such a simple one tap against Vert.
Won't be able to find Merc either. Nurs has to swing and pre-fire, but he's going to deal so much damage to him as well, and that's already 2 adrenal surges forced out by a singular player.
Geo still trying to shift his way over towards top blue here and wait for the eventual flash dump against him. There's the first one, which he's able to avoid. Delay on the others, though, as they're trying to wait out the smart glass timer, but it's off kilter. So he'll be able to get away with a 1-for-1 here. OXG still trade him out, but they've left the case on the stairs. Someone else is going to have to retrieve that as they go back in for the clear here to flush out any defensive presence on the inside of the site. Chala fends off Nurs. No one has gone back to pick up the case. They've done so now, but the time is up. Foxay literally cannot get to the site in time, and unfortunately he's now the only player left standing. standing here, tail end of the previous half. And so far, TSM has been fairly conservative with the aggression. Man, I just jinxed it so hard. I spent like
The caster's curse.
30 seconds talking about how they don't do these runouts, and then Bolo does it to get a kill. Not going to be able to take it further than that kill, though. Members of TSM getting ready to fend off the small number of breaches that we can still see Oxygen properly weigh in towards. Merc will be able to catch Dream. Vertical with a nice insertion here, going to be able to sneak through, but it's Foxy to make the initial impact against Merc. Bring the numbers back down into a more palatable position here for OXG at a 2 versus 3.
Archives, and he'll be able to do so. Plant now starting. Foxy has the cross here, but he's got to make the most grand of stands. Tries to swing through against the castle, but where's the other player at? Foxy's got the cover. It's a triple for Foxy. TSM, it's slipping away. Add the 2v2. Now down to the 1 versus 2 for Geo. It'd be a huge round for him. They're both so very low to the point where the ump can more than likely take them out with just the body shots now. Bounces back and forth. Has to worry about the positioning of Foxy at the current moment as well. He'll sprint forward, but look at how he's paying attention to when he needs to keep this gun up. Foxy so very low. Oh, this timer. Continue to pay attention to this timer. He has to get there in 7 seconds. Vertical to run away. He's dipping out, and that's going to be it on time. Oxygen claim the round. Slow and steady for Oxygen. Not make a mistake inside of this round, or it could end up coming back to bite them in entry. But Oxygen, speaking of entries, actually have to hightail it into sight here momentarily. Shala with a nice big swing. Some serious damage dealt to him, but it'll be confirmed from Vertical. Oh, no, achieved. That was it. That was it right there. He could have just ended the round potentially, but now they know he's downstairs. Oh, back and forth they go. They know the square player's around, but they need to get this plant down. Geometrics moving his way across the actual area. Knows one swinging in, but it's
back in through the hatches themselves. TSM does not seem to be ready for this challenge here as Geo walks right into Vertical, not expecting a player to be directly in his face. Vertical, with the control he now has deeper on the inside of security, is really going to try and use this here to just bully everyone from TSM, and it'll work perfectly. A triple up on the board now for Vert, the plant in the middle of going down for Dream, so that's been secured. However, Merc with a chance to stop it. Can he do so? No!
This is exactly what we saw from TSM inside of the last round, and we saw just how well that went for them. So we'll see if TSM can try and fit inside of the same shoes as Oxygen from their last offensive half. Laxing actually going to bring the curveball here, the Electro Claws coming in finally, and they have indeed caught TSM completely off guard. Obviously no access to Maverick, but they haven't brought the Thatcher.
So that's going to cause some serious issues for TSM as they try to open up some pathway forward. They get themselves into the site. Now, for instance, the security
promise. Oxygen, this is going to be an OXG round. No one's doing anything with the utility game of TSM. You have to push off of that, and now they're being punished outright here. Achieved to work his way in. I'm surprised he didn't get pre-fired through the soft panel there on a moment's notice, but luckily he's still alive. Doers will take down Shala. It's all left up to Achieved, who's now dead as well, and Oxygen will win it out in overtime, taking both OT rounds for themselves and showing up TSM on one of their strongest maps at SI.
So OXG bring things back under their control at the tail end of our map here on Bank. They'll take it, as Stokes said, in overtime, claiming him 2 points in the division for today. TSM's not going to walk away empty-handed, of course, because they pressed it to overtime. They're still going to get a single point from this game, but it's a far cry for the potential 3 points they could have grabbed if they were able to close this down when they had the chance to. 2 opportunities, in fact, to do so back in regulation. They were leading at one point in this game 6-4, but dropped that advantage and allowed for OXG to come back inside of OT, stretching the TSM strategy just a bit too thinly there and running them out in the final rounds of overtime.
Well, really happy Jesse didn't listen to me on that one. As he'd said earlier, he was going to follow all of my picks.
1 for 1.
He's 1 for 1, yeah. And honestly, like we were talking about before, I think a lot of these close matchups are going to continue to be really, really solid games. Had a lot of fun sitting here and commentating this one with you, as well as the other series that we had today. We actually had a really, really strong start.